Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. Apparently running girl, so also a scene we know already. I mean, I feel like Act 1 is basically more or less the same thing over and over again. Later on, things change, right? Anyway, the sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I got pulled out of slumber by dog today. The little punk. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting, and after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting the impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. Also, I really want to turn off the light. Ricket, the webcam will be a bit darker today. So eventually, I do rise up, swallow the morning medications and put on my soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I do order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life that way. A bit like me. Seems a bit stupid to me, really. But I suppose this way, at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with. Can't hurt to try, I guess. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-leg girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lightly, like a half-mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. It was not Amy, right? No, it couldn't have been. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe something akin to mine, and then suppressing the poor girl to jog just like that, like he's suppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and he's prompting me to do so. So much better. Maybe I will do this without webcam. I mean, I could, because I'm constantly squinting my eyes today, like, I don't know, my eyes hurt, basically. And with things being like they are, it's only because I want to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant nods me on her last lap. She faces me cheerfully and jogs over. Good morning! Your name is Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. Miss Ibarazaki. She imitates Misha, imitating Shizune, feigning with the same kind of subdued lilt into her high-pitched voice. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Abby has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that again. Well, so long as you do not make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized that I was joking. So, the spy consultant the nurse was talking about is actually you. That's right! Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What are you saying? I don't look like a spy? No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch me every single move. Yeah. Unless you are here to do exactly that.
No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track.
So, why are you down here? Amy strikes a dramatic pose.
Training.
For what?
Track.
Ah, I see. You're in the track team then. Amy nods enthusiastically.
Yep, I'm one of the better runners too.
And modest about it too.
Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know.
I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. No. I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know. It's true, I never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Amy seems to understand my meaning.
I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh?
What? Sure, I guess? Amy seems pleased.
Are you going to warm up?
Real men don't warm up.
Oh, no, you always should warm up. Bad Hisao.
She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer.
I hate warming up too.
She laughs suddenly.
Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs.
As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic.
Let's go!
So both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Amy moves slowly, throwing herself in the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Frankly, I don't remember if there is any particular form for running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. I feel awkward in comparison to Amy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today and slow to walk pretty quickly. Amy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor.
Finished already?
I hang my head truthfully. Yeah. I'm not in a very good shape right now. Amy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling.
Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time, you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and then longer, and eventually, you'll be great.
I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to go and get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Amy shrugs unconcernedly.
Nah, I've got plenty of time.
I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug.
Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao.
Yeah. See ya. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. Yeah. I head back to the dorms to wash and change to my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist. Looming and radiating malicious intent, it bursts through the fog.
Sup? What are you doing here? What the hell, you scared me, man? What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man.
What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. I finally realized I'm still naked too and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then, why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog?
You know, your room. Yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up for whatever. It's not important. Can I borrow some money?
He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It does work, he's as transparent as his window pane sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure.
Awesome.
Wait, why do you need it?
Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. In the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal.
This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment since his thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister, since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him.
I'm offended, man. But if that is your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza and already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest.
I get some of the pizza too, right?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I will give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat pizza.
What about you?
I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. It's hard work out there. Everyone wants a piece. Then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know. Every day, I plan my vengeance so that when the people who wronged me order pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant.
Keiji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony.
But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time we went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe. Wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky, like how I split a sandwich into equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crap on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life.
What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more like he just didn't hear me. Yeah, now that I think about it, we still have not learned what was the first most shocking moment. And I would like to know.
It was like the openings to some kind of anime show, you know? How there is always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and then they fight each other and clash swords, and it's like big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo.
Okay.
So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't leave me hanging, man. I will need like 1,000 yen.
I thought it was 400.
Okay.
What?
I'll pay you back, I swear.
You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff.
I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back for.
You have 1 week.
Ah!
Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow, a particularly disturbing fact given that his body is contracting freely.
You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as this. Did you know that male porn star only makes about half what female porn stars make?
That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star.
So maybe I am, on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda, and you can't even spot me. You're crumbs. You bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody!
Wouldn't feminists be against that industry in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again, huh?
This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy, make no mistake. You take them lightly and you wake up in the morning with a knife in your back, BAM! Out of nowhere.
How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep?
Women are terrible at stabbing things.
I thought you just said don't take them lightly.
Well, I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they are not a threat, but if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side, feminists on the other one, it would be pretty ugly.
And then there will come.
And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say,
"It's on now, motherfreakers." I think I changed the voice again from Kenji like. You're being ridiculous. There is no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide it? I mean, it would have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it.
Who said it was on Earth?
I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will be best to express my emotions. He can't see me from the distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility.
Yeah, there is a war going on. A war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over. And then covers all of the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides, we'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it, the bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid and for the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would be all over. And I was like, whoa! And I knew I had to get serious. Because I'm the last sane man in an inside world. It's about duty.
Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom to another naked guy.
So, can I have the money?
He's blocking the way. It's getting cold because I'm still naked. And I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money.
Awesome! Thanks, dude. We should go bowling later on.
Bowling?
Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents?
There are bowling clothes?
Maybe.
Anyway, you had better pay me back.
I can pay you back in stuff, right?
I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know, I have to go to class, you're kind of the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up, and I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come.
The time for what?
I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come.
For what?
I have to use the bathroom, get out of it.
What does it? It's big bathroom, man.
So, I have to be alone, or I can't go. The pressure.
Okay. What if someone else comes in?
I'll think of something.
I give him my practice throw and it looks kind of silly reflecting in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this, somehow. But right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today. Although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer at the time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, boredom starts making me feel very tired. I blacked out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realized this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I considering doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as it was of importance to look prim when entering our classroom.
Excuse me?
She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily.
Hisao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in.
I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious. I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now.
Oh, have you seen Hanako today, by any chance?
No. She seems to come in only just before the bells ring, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you?
No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we are the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here.
I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess.
You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Hi!
And it's not so quiet anymore. Misha pops in the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch.
Hi, Hit-chan!
Hi.
Look, it's the class representative! Hello!
Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's or Shizune's use of the word look.
Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of the class, right? I am not.
Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all, just like Lynx with Shizune. And then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present and she's trying to detect whether or not she is to know who she's talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the only one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I'd say to help it out for my own peace of mind, more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune.
You were here even earlier than us!
Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird fault that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true. I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start waving whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on.
Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in the projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years, except you. Wahahaha.
There is still time to hand it, isn't there?
Today, the deadline's today. You're starting to take your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have had all of the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to set the deadline. Please extend it.
Yes, that was me. Planning something of this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely.
Do you want to know what's harder than that? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me.
Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Whoa, she's really getting the role. It doesn't look like she's very amused for. Same. Lynx is not very amused as well. We've seen this scene 4 times. Hey Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard to her? There's still a whole day left.
Please, Hisao. It's alright.
Lee seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted. I might not think she can take care of herself.
If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed. You think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please?
She has the whole day to do that. God damn it. She might not have it on her at this exact second.
It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class.
She emphasized the last sentence much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I'm not going to join them. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune, and I don't mind. This just gets better and better.
It was your responsibility. A budget report is nothing. You should just be delegating away as class rep. It's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so. But the students have been sick recently, so I could not come to school and give it to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay.
Although Misha misses Lee's little job entirely, Shizune lands and she seems torn between being offended by Lee's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge.
Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class?
A virus, god damn it. Lee opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. She tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal, cheerful tone, and the result is interesting and somewhat surreal.
And what's with that attitude? I said it's something you should be letting it away. You're the class representative, aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something that's simple yourself.
One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lee's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, the annoying brat, her fingers wraps cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowingly can neither hear nor see how excited she is.
Of course you do so much class rep. It must be so difficult being you.
Lil tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm, which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. Lynx hates Lily. Lynx, just like Lily, hates Shizune. That's one. Oh, god damn it. Anyway, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lee has had enough and is ready to push back.
I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can... that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own.
I mean, to be fair, there was not much of tracking doubt given that you are in our classroom.
Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems
Yes, because you do slack off, god damn it.
It seems like you're confusing me with yourself.
That's bullshit. I mean, we know that the crappy freaking council student president is slacking off like crazy, actually. She drives everyone to the exhaustion, but is slacking off herself a lot. Like, come on. How many times did we go to the goddamn Shanghai to do nothing?
I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you.
Don't do that. I mean, you're not trash.
You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you want to present.
The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, for even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation.
Hey John, don't you slack off either.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'll take part in the festival, hey John, you heard you. Then, I hope you're going to do more work to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. Freak off! Freak off, Shizune! Freak off! God damn it!
First one.
Hey, I'm the new guy, remember?
It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted to.
That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into on his first week.
Leading my side feels only comforting side to side to buck her up too, god damn it. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with the both of us.
Excuse, this class rep has had plenty of time to do her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council war, but refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success.
No, I refuse to freaking be around someone as annoying as Shizune. She can go to hell, to be honest. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure. And I'm actually certain, 100% sure, that I don't want to join. Who'd want to work with her? God damn it. I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into confrontation with the annoying brat, and that is what she wants. Yeah, whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. I get back to my seat and shut my ears from the final of the argument between Lily and Shizune. Eventually Lily leaves our classroom and I'm left with Annoying One and Misha, who seat themselves without talking to me. Yes, the blessing has descended upon me, they are not talking to me. Yes. I can feel Shizune's eyes burn to my back, and whatever really, she's probably angry at me, and good, but I'm just as angry with her. I don't get why she had to drag me into the argument. She can go to hell. Anuka doesn't go to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, the class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I noticed that the Annoying One and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. And the Annoying One signing so fast that her hands make noise like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there. Misha, the poor soul, is trying to desperately keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing looks like serious business. and I don't want to be dragged into it. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in a word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that she has to sign back anything the other girls say. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again.
So tired.
She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with... No, don't do it to me! Without getting roped into the student council thing again, for I suspect the door is now closed for me. Yes! Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they are always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffed at me first, as she's trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing to speech for me. She did it so well it sounds like Shizune actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously.
Well, of course, we're the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. Good luck. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail.
Pretty sure the past generations don't give a name.
That's why there must be no flaws, though. I think there was encumbrances, whatever. No, nothing that might be the festival short of perfect.
Shizune's passion speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them.
Hello?
I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly in the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door.
Hey, playing delinquent again!
Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing her to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe showing her dislike of Hanako by association with her dislike of Lily. That bitch. I mean, Shizune, of course, here. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came here by the morning fog.
Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze and knowing gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimating enough as this, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal but freaking annoying behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems.
Do you know where she is? If she hasn't a sense in her head, she's in her classroom, working on her festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at?
Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste.
What were you talking about? Oh yeah, we're really working hard to make the festival happen.
Yeah, you are also working very hard to make people hate you a lot. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. And actually not. I stand up to leave making my eggs before either of them manage to berate me anymore for slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone's being clappings or at festival preparations or both. Shuzen's words about being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. And clubs? I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of a person. Halfway through the way from the school being to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. It's Rin. It looks like she's working on her mural today. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall. She's painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared and the twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. I have to say, the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking, nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break. Wait! She doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait. I'm still waiting. 15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turns her head mechanically to my direction, ending up straight at my crotch left.
Oh, it's Hisao.
She can tell! I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. An astute observation. Hard at work, I see. The conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already, but it's not a concern. At least it starts. Looking good. It does. The layers of paint hanging on the layers of paint, sphinxy and shaping the human figures to recreate impressive look, but Rin looks miffed.
You shouldn't comment on works in progress. 7 years of bad luck.
Sounds terrible. I guess I'll take it back then. Still, it looks good. I wonder if I get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that. Rin turns back to look at her painting and pokes it with a big toe.
Could you mix some of this color? I'm running out of it.
She looks down at a half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her project fall. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look at Rin, she looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and there's another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bows all around her working area. From the looks of this scene, she could have been sitting there for hours. I wonder if she has. That would mean she had been skipping school for, which of course I wouldn't put beyond someone like Rin. I pour a little bit of white and red in the bowl, trying to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient of her to not mix enough in the first place. Getting to be exactly the same tone would be impossible, but at least I can try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't it a huge workload for it too? It's such a big painting and all. Actually, we didn't get to see this scene, right?
Oh, I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that.
I guess you aren't.
You guessed right. Legs hurtful. They feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs.
Because of the position.
Yeah, I like doing it in a horizontal position more. If you know what I'm talking about. But it can be helped. Can't ask the wall to lay down.
Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she moves her body around. There is a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, a hint of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Rin must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person to be able to live like she does, but she's wearing out working like on this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something, Lynx. Continue. Tomorrow it's bed. This gives her a pause. A long one too, feeling like a mental yawn.
I don't think so, Hisao. I'm not pushing myself.
Sure looks like you are.
No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. There is this boy.
A boy? Wait, did we actually have this scene? I think we haven't had it. Because didn't we run off with Emmy in this supposed scene? to mix some painting, to get paint, like the Prussian blue and such. Anyway, a boy. Yes, but I remember this one being told. Where?
At the art club.
And
He's blind.
oh, how can you paint if you're blind?
No idea.
So why is he there?
That's the point. He's there.
She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion, less like an interrogation.
He can't really do anything that you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway. And paints.
Why? I don't know why.
I know. That's why I asked.
So
He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting.
I'm sure they are.
I once tried it, painting with eyes closed. Wasn't too interesting. And cleaning up the floor took ages. Didn't try again. But he's becoming better at sculpting.
I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people.
Not really.
Pretty blunt statement. And she totally missed the sarcasm. No?
Just like I said, they are not very interesting. I usually don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have.
Maybe.
But that boy is interesting. Maybe I'm like that boy, or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can do just because you can.
That's pretty deep, I think, and tell that to her. You're a deep one.
Nah, I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did you know I can only think of 4 things at the same time?
No, but now I do.
Right, now I'm thinking of the second floor's girls' toilet, ice cream, flavored ice cream, the middle 2, and haircut. I'm going to need a haircut.
She shakes her head vigorously, letting her short and messy hair ruffle wildly around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. We fall silent as Rin treads around absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. The thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I'm feeling like I'm treading on very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Rin go, it's as though I'm starting to a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. No! It's not like it's like her, despite the confusion her being herself causes, and I don't dislike her art either. I even drone for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. I don't have the technical skill myself. So usually, if I were to draw something, I get white pepper syndrome and just freeze completely. That, or I manage to draw something disfigured and promptly get frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper, then call it quits without really even trying to make an effort. Rin clearly does have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking into a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Rin sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She's staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted, and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. It's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh shit.
Who?
Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako that Lee was looking for her. Do you know her from my class?
Oh, her. The mystery toilet girl.
Okay, we've seen this scene. When did the freaking Prussian blue scene appear then? Was it later?
Huh. That person is funny. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times, doing 1 recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's a world record. It was very mysterious.
That's why you call her the mystery toilet girl?
What other reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was the week before that? Could have been. Looking at her makes me hungry.
Don't say that. At least not around her. Rin turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding more than before, so I give up at this point. So, do you want to go eat dinner then?
No, not yet.
Rin has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly less lethargic, than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. A weird sense of empathy overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Rin is pretty cool after all.
Yeah.
I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Rin has grasped a brush and is dipping it into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore or doesn't answer anything even if she does. But I'm pretty sure we didn't do any mixing before all the talking previously. But yeah, there was talking about blind boy being in the art club. There was talk about Hanako being mystery toilet girl, but there was definitely nothing about pink paint being mixed. Or so I think. I'm feeling tired, so I set my alarm clock to wake me up as late as I can afford, while still making it to the first class. The nurse's voice is almost nagging in the back of my head about morning jogs. I make a resolution to make up for it by going for a walk after school tomorrow. Emmy won't carry their way, I bet. Well, maybe she will actually. Who knows? Maybe we'll find the answer to that in the next episode. For now, hope you enjoyed, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or maybe you will just hear me as well. I mean, I might be recording on the same day, so, you know, given that my eyes feel tired as heck, I might actually keep the amount of light to the minimum, so, you know. And then again, inserting a freaking dark webcam would make no sense. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.